What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we have the new Holosun solar charge site. I was gonna mess it up, so I like to read what I have. I'm just gonna give you my first initial impressions. I've only had this site on this for about 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. 5 days. So this is a quick initial impressions video. I'm going to tell you what makes this dot unique, talk about the pros, cons, what I think it overall. Then I'm going to carry and use it for the next several months and give it a really, really good test. And I'll come back and give you a more long-term, detailed review after that. So the testing I have done so far, I've carried it for the past few days. I brought it to the range today and shot around 250 rounds. The other day I brought it to the indoor range and shot less than a box of ammo. It was less than 50 rounds. I just wanted to kind of play with the sight and the dot and see what it was all about. Quick disclosure, I did get this red dot for free. I am homies with a few people, Joe, at Holosun. A free red dot is not going to buy or sway my opinion. I promise you, I will still tell you all of the pros, cons, what I think of it overall as honestly as I possibly can. There will be some affiliate links down in the video description, only if you think I deserve it. Please use those affiliate links. All right, the most unique feature, in my opinion, there's 3, but the most unique feature about this gun, it does does not have a removable battery. It has a built-in rechargeable battery pack. Not all that different from your cell phone. You can't take the battery out, and that kind of scares me, kind of makes me nervous. In Holosun's example, worst case scenario, they said if you have the red dot with the circle on, and worst case scenario, you're going to get at least 10 hours out of that battery, and it's going to charge up in about an hour, fully recharge in about an hour, depending on the sunlight. Now, once the battery is charged, it does have a solar panel here, which we're going to talk about in a second, and that solar panel will power the red dot and keep the battery charged once it's good to go. So this is different. I don't know how I feel about it. So far, so good. Again, I've been carrying this for the past 4 or 5 days, and that's going to be the main thing I test over the next couple weeks. Sorry I'm looking down so much. I'm kind of rushing this review. Normally, I practice a lot more than this. Another unique thing that I don't think any other Holosuns have is the auto adjustment. I believe all Holosuns have the up and down for the brightness settings. I don't remember any of them being auto adjustment, but this is auto adjusting. And it makes me nervous. Again, I don't know, call me a control freak, but I want to make sure that dot is at the perfect brightness when I take the gun out of the holster. And again, I tested this a bunch from light to dark, dark to light. I've seen other auto adjustments have problems. So far, so good, but those are the 2 things that I'm going to be testing the most over the next couple months. The third, well, I think we should throw the solar charge in there as well. Some of the older Holosuns would power the dot or power a capacitor with the solar. This is actually recharging the built-in battery with the solar power. So we'll go that for the third most unique feature. And then fourth is going to be how it hooks directly. Who's texting me? How it hooks directly to the Glock MOS system without any accessory plates. Let me turn that off. My man Johnny is blowing up my phone. So it sits much lower. It doesn't have a plastic accessory plate as a weak point and potentially break. So I would think the lockup on this is going to be a lot more solid, and there's no doubt it sits a lot lower, to the point where in the beginning it took me a lot of presentations to get used to finding that dot because it sits a lot lower, and it actually co-witnesses with the factory sight. So it's very, oh, my eyes crossed. It's very easy. Like right now I am actually looking at the iron sights and the red dot. Very, very easy. These plastic sights will not be on here very long. This is a new Glock, and that would probably be the first thing I change over. All right, let me go through some of the other features that other Holosuns have as well, but just so you know, it has a titanium battery. It has the multi-reticle system, so you can switch it from a 2 MOA dot to a 32 MOA circle to a 32 MOA dot the 32 MOA circle with the 2 MOA dot in the middle. This red dot only has 1 button, very small button here on the side. Maybe that's another unique feature. You hold it down for a few seconds to turn it on or turn it off. You give it a quick press, and that's how you change the different reticles. I've always loved that, even though I just always leave it on the 2 MOA dot. It's also available in red or green. This particular one is green, which is cool because I always choose red, and now I get to play around with the green and spend some time with it. It has Holosun's Shake Awake technology. After about 10 minutes or so, the dot turns off to save battery life. The second it senses any movement, and I mean any movement, it turns back on. So that, again, something that scared me in the beginning, but once I played around with it, I wouldn't be worried about that at all. It's also waterproof, and it has a lifetime warranty. Let me tell you a little bit more about the testing that the limited testing that I have done. Again, today I shot somewhere between 200 to 250 rounds at the range. The other day I shot less than a box at the indoor range. I also did a lot of drawing from the holster, standing in dark to light, or complete darkness, very bright sunlight, just keeping it in the holster, drawing it randomly out at different times just to see how the auto adjustment worked. So far, so good. No issues. At the range, as far as shooting, I did a lot of drawing from the holster and magazine exchanges and stuff like that, just because I don't carry Glocks, I don't love Glocks, and I wanted to get more familiar and comfortable with them. If I am going to be carrying this for the next few months for you guys, I wanted to get a little more familiar with it. So we did a lot of that. I also did, besides the reloads, I racked the red dot off some of the wood we had at the range as well, just to give it a very, very basic durability test. As I would expect with Holosun, it did not have any issues with that. The main thing we done is me and my man Johnny, we did a ton of running and gunning. I mean, we got a heck of a workout today at the range. We set up all barrels in different locations in different places, and we would run around to different barriers and run out and yell out, you know, kneeling, standing, go to the middle barrel, the back barrel, 10 push-ups, burpees, prone, dive on the barricade, get behind concealment, not cover, shoot from one knee, two knees, left hand, right hand. I mean, it was intense. We were yelling and screaming at each other and running around and sweating. And when I say running and gunning, this thing was running and gunning, and took a beating and got thrown on the ground a whole bunch. Like, I don't know if you can see the magazine. I don't know if it focuses on there, but on the magazine I noticed that it's covered in dirt, so you get the idea. But we ran our guns very hard today, and this optic held up very, very well. Alrighty, let's quickly talk about the pros, cons, what I think of it overall, and then you boys and girls can get out of here. I love how low it sits on the pistol, much lower than any other red dot I have ever seen. It is dope that it hooks directly to the Glock MOS slide without an accessory plate. No extra height, no extra weak points to break. That is also great. I always love Holosun's shake awake technology. I love the multi-reticle system, even though I only leave it on the dot. I never use the circle, but I like that it's in there. And then I'm going to call out the value and the durability that you get with Holosun. Yes, it's made overseas, but the value and the durability is really, really good for the price. Now, I don't have a con yet. I have two things that I mentioned earlier that scare me, that I want to test a lot, and then we can decide whether they are pros or cons. So the not being able to take the battery out, the built-in battery that is charged from a solar panel, I want to make sure if this thing's under my shirt all day for EDC, carrying it for days on end, that I don't pull it out and I don't have a dot. Luckily, the irons co-witness, so if that does happen, I still have my irons, no big deal. But I'd rather have my dot. I am more effective with a red dot. The second thing I'm going to test a lot. What was the second thing I'm going to test a lot? Auto adjustment. Oh, the auto adjustment brightness. So not only I want to make sure the battery has good juice in it, I want to make sure the auto adjustment, I don't pull out that pistol and then I can't see the dot because it didn't auto adjust fast enough. So those are the two things that I'm going to test more than anything else. Overall, it's very, very interesting. I like it. I like it so much that I'm going to carry a Glock for the next few months, which is saying a lot because I'm not a big Glock fan. I love that Holosun keeps on putting out new red dots with new features and listening to their customer, unlike some of the other red dot companies out there. Trigicon. The worst part of this video is, again, I got to carry a Glock for the next few months, and all my buddies, especially my coworker Rich, is going to make fun of me for it. All right, let me thank Holosun for sending me this red dot so I can play with it and tell you boys and girls all about it. Let me thank True Shot Gun Club. I shoot way too much ammo. They supply a lot of ammo to this channel. They have really good deals on ammo. Ammo prices are starting to get squirrely, so if you need ammo, click the link down in the video description. Stock up now because it's just going to keep on going up and up and up. Let me thank one more of my channel sponsors. Let's go Blackout Coffee today. If you buy store-bought coffee, this is significantly better quality. It tastes better. Coffee, tea, hot chocolate. Again, code down in the video description. Excuse me. It's absolutely delicious. I'm not kidding. I have at least 1 cup every single morning of the cinnamon French toast. I don't care. Make fun of me. It tastes good. All right. If you want to know what I'm reviewing right now in real time before the videos come out on YouTube, I am on Instagram and Facebook. Links, again, you know where they are. I'm going to give some dad advice. I've been doing this in my past, I don't know, 10 videos or so. Today's dad advice is don't be a dick. You never know what people have going on behind closed doors, at home, at work, whatever. Always be kind. Just whether it's in social media or face to face, just don't be a dick is going to be my dad advice to you for the day. Most important. Thank you, boys and girls, for watching. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you think I deserve it, hook me up with a like, a comment, a subscribe, enable the bell notifications. If you do any of those things, truly helps me out, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Peace.